My mail merge demonstration. Okay, this is going to be a tutorial about how to use Microsoft Word's mail merge feature, which is a huge time saver and it will save us all from the tedious work of creating individual emails and letters to everybody. There are many YouTube videos out there and everything if you want a more succinct and well-produced video, but here we are at Oxford Realty and you got me now, so you'll have to accept my improvised video here, so I hope you don't mind. Now, the end product, this is what we're going to end up with. I have a letter here that I'm sending to raise everybody's rent. How do you like that? All right. So I have various details here, but you'll notice that most of the letter is a template where we have all the same information, but we want to personalize things. So what I could do here is use the mail merge feature, and I'm going to go through and start with Megan Bennett, our dear Megan, and I have her her name and her address and everything like that here. Her address is, everything is perfect. Lease end dates, her first name for that personal touch. Instead of saying dear tenant or dear Megan, I could say, dear tenant or dear resident, I could say dear Megan. Oh, how nice is that? We love that. And then we have everything. This is a test just for demonstration purposes. I would never write it like this. So we do have other documents, and we would use that instead. But here we are in a training video. So new leasing, and we can just go through here, and we can see everything changes for different tenant. We have Mark Hamilton from 321 Bada Bing Street in New York City. That was my idea right there. Proud of that one. But yes, we have all these different variables here that we can change, and it makes life easy because why would you want to do this kind of thing? You'll see, I'll unhide this. These are all called merge fields right here. Now, the beauty of mail merge isn't that it just saves you a lot of time in drafting all these letters and manually typing in everyone's names here, and but other than the sheer amount of tedious time that takes, it also prevents you from making mistakes, because all the details here are going to be in a database that we are going to create in a spreadsheet, and that spreadsheet information is going to be pulled from our larger system, from our phone list and our available sheet and master data and all that stuff. So all the information comes from there, so we don't have to go through and audit. And then what would happen, let's say that you wanted to go through and add this information in manually so that you'd end up with a manual version of this. What would happen is that you were going to put, say, Michael McFarland's name in here, and then you're going to have to type in my address, and you might make a mistake. You might be tired, or it might be right before lunch or something, and you might write 3270 Cherry Street or whatever. There's the more letters you have. I have 6 letters here for this demonstration, but you might have 600 letters that you're sending out for lease renewal season or something like that. So just imagine that times the amount of variables that we have in here. I think I have about maybe 10 or 12 different areas here where we have merge fields. If you have to do 600 times 12 merge fields, that's how many actions is that you can screw up. So your mistake ratio, amount will go down substantially by having a merge field document. So this is a skill we should all learn and employ for our work. And I have this actually just swipe. There we go. So it all comes back to the data, everybody. So we have, this is just a demonstration of data. You'd think, why do we need so much data for such a simple letter? And I was going to make this simpler, but for the demonstration purposes, we need to make this longer than you would think. Like, do we really need Grand Forks on its own thing? Well, if you wanted to write something that just uses the city name or the state, or if you wanted to build the address somehow, you can use these as individual merge fields if you want, or in this spreadsheet here, you can do what I'm doing right here and merge all this like so, and then have it so that you could just add this as a merge field instead of having Grand Forks and North Dakota and this, and it makes that part easier right there. Also, make sure that everybody's email address is in the data somewhere, because you're going to need an email address if you're going to email them to people. Now, full disclosure, I'm using my own personal Microsoft 360 here, and I do not actually have, let's go back to the other one here. I'll just show you. Okay, here I do not have the functionality. I don't have Outlook, so I don't use that. I use Google. So I can print documents here, but I can't use the the email function. So if we have Outlook on another computer in the office, then we can send the emails to people, but we do need the emails in the document to be able to do that. So right now I'm just going to show you how to print or save PDFs of the individual documents here. So let's keep it going here. So we all come back to the data. It needs to be a simple spreadsheet like this. Now we work with really complex spreadsheets like this or that. That's amazing. Or like this one right here I'm very proud of. But for our purposes, we are going to use this one because we are trying to raise the rent on HUD leases. So you might wonder why we have first name in here, because we want to use that as a merge field later so we can personalize every letter. And we'll have the addresses in full, and again we have this and that and this and that. And so even the lease start date, so we can, instead of making everything a date field or a date like this, we can put like April, your lease starts in April, like that. So there you go. Also, you'll notice that the top row in there is a header that we will be using. Where's my, I need this one here. Okay. The top row here is the header. This is what's going to create the merge field name that you're going to input into the document. So these need to be one word. So if you have two words like first name, there are two ways you can do it. First, you can put it in camel case like this for computer coding purposes, where you just capitalize the first letter of each word, and it makes it nice and legible like that. If you don't do that, it's just good to have it consistent. Just if you're going to do this camel case, then do it for everything. If you're going to use two words like this for legibility's sake, you can. It's just that it's going to give you an underscore later on. And if you don't want ugly looking underscores, then you can just do camel case like that. Also, importantly, your data values should be the same here, and you should have the final data value that you're going to input into this. So usually I don't like to put unit number as a hashtag unit number like that, but that transforms that into a text string like that. So if I just put 108 here, pulling that from our database, that's going to give you a number value. That will work fine. It's just going to pick whatever value is in here. But if you do that, then you're going to need to add a space or put that into that document somehow. So you're going to need to add maybe it's not going to look right in the final document. So if you want there to be a unit number, which is a pretty well understood signifier of a unit number in real estate rental parlance, then you'd want the hashtag here, right? Because if you don't have a unit number because you're a house, if you put the hashtag in the final document, then you're going to end up with just a hashtag and a blank after that, and that's going to look wrong. So put the hashtag here and then just use this as your final field there. Okay, but you just want to make sure all the data is correct here, garbage in, garbage out. So this is where you can do your investigating and your detective work and make sure everything is clean and clear here. And bingo, so that's what it's going to happen. All right, just incidentally, so if we had that hashtag here, it would show as here, what's this? If we didn't have the hashtag, this would look like that in the final document. We don't want that. This one would look like that. We don't want that. So the hashtag is probably better in this case. And also, if we have a hashtag that's hardwired into the document, like you typed a hashtag in there like this, into the actual document, then what you'd end up with is this, like 321 Bada Bing Street, hashtag no unit. So we definitely don't want that. So that's why we want to keep the hashtag there. So I know it's a long story there, so bear with me. Also, all of your complex data will be here. It's just easier to work with the data. You can also create sentences. If you see here, this is just a sentence that I want to be able to put in the case that there's a month-to-month and we need to tell them that your most recent lease has expired and you are therefore in a month-to-month status, yada, yada. Your 60-day notice date begins, and then you would put the lease end date there, the 60-day notice date here. And then you could add another sentence saying this, and your new lease term begins. I didn't put an equal sign on there. Here, it's not going to matter. You'll be fine. So you could build a sentence that way on your final document without having to make every single, go back and make every single document the same or different like that. You can just edit as you go and send them off in different tranches or whatever you want to do. So anyway, I'm in Google here, and I'm going to be working in Microsoft Word. So I'm going to need to download this file here into a Microsoft Excel spreadsheet first. You can use a comma separate CSV file here, but since Microsoft and works together, you just want to do that. I'm going to get out of here quick and just let's do this here. And I've downloaded this, and make sure all your documents, you're going to, like for this purpose here, I've got my, what is it called? Mail merge test folder here. This is an old one I did, and then Mike came into the office and interrupted, and I had to do this over again. I'm locking the door. So anyway, I have the downloaded file here, newly downloaded file. I'm just going to drag that into that folder, and boom, here we are. I'm going to open up our blank template to start from the beginning here. So you've already written your letter. This is everything you need here. I got a little lorem ipsum here. You can edit as you go. That's really nice. So this is this purpose of this letter is finds you well. You can edit just like any other thing, just like this. And when I'm writing the letter, I just put placeholders here. So when you go to do the mail merge, you know where to insert the field. So first what we need to do here is connect our spreadsheet with this document. So I'm going to go up here into mailings. First, you got home. This is all this stuff. Draw all this. Go to mailings. That's the one that you never use probably. So we're going to select, not start mail merge, but select recipients. Just go here and not create new list, but you're going to use an existing list. That's the one that we already just downloaded. You navigate to find your list. I've got my mail merge test folder right there. And then you just select that document there like that. And then hit yes. I trust myself to do this. Open it. I have one sheet on this, but if you had different tabs on there, you just want to make sure that you're referencing the correct tab. So tenant data, that's what I had there. Didn't have to do anything. And then reference the entire worksheet. If you want to get complicated, you can change that, but why would it do that? So I'm not going to do that here. So entire worksheet. Boom. Okay. And we are on. Very good. So let's start the fun part. This is when you get to insert the merge fields here. So I'm going to just drag that over. It's going to insert where the cursor is, just like so insert merge field. I'm going to put tenant full name. So I found, these are the top row. See that, how it connected that top row of my spreadsheet? These are all of those columns, headers here. So that's great. So first name, no, I want to use the full name for the tenant full name because we need to do that. I got the text still here. It just bumps it over. So in order to not do that, let's just redo that here. Oops. We could just, here we go. Let's select that, and then we can add full name here. Tenant address, do the same thing. Merge field. And then we have, I could build it like this. I could put city, and then I could put a comma here, and I can also put state, and then a space there, and then put zip, and then boom, that would show me I can there's Megan Bennett, Grand Forks, North Dakota. Oh, bam, got that. So that's if I want to build that, but now you have 3 merge fields that you got to do there. So if you are as sharp, like I'm sure we all are here, we can just use full street address, which I already have. Boom, that's already in there now. So it's already formatted for me, and then I could do the same thing with city, state, zip, just like that. And then lease end date, I'm going to just add a space here, insert merge field for lease end. Bingo, just like that. You can look at it like this, or it's kind of more helpful just to add it so you can see where you need to add spaces yourself. Mail merge demonstration. Dear residents, I don't like that. That's not personal enough. So let's add Dear Megan, give it that first, or I can go over here. Who's going to be next? Dear Michael, that's me. Very good. Dear Michael McFarland, how do you like that? And it's my new address. All right, and then I'm going to go through here, and the end of your current lease date is lease end. So I don't, I could just read through it and not have to really add those things in there, but let's add that merge field. So lease, end of your current lease date is this. Let's go back to previewing things. Your 60-day notice period begins on, and then let's do it again here. I mean, I'm sure you get the point by now, but let's just keep working through it, shall we? 60-day notice period. That is 60-day notice period. Bam, just like that. I'll put your new rent is, and then let's add merge field rent. $1,000. Megan, you're getting away with murder here. How about somebody else? What's the rent in New York looking like right here at Bada Bing Street? That's $1,200. He must be renting a shoebox. And good. And then if I wanted to, this is where that sentence comes in. Let's say I go back to Megan here, and later on you'll notice that her lease end date is before today. So therefore she is on a month to month. So if I wanted to add a sentence here, I don't need to. I can just edit like anything else. But let's add that back in for a separate set. I can go and insert merge field for MTM sentence clause 2, and I can, or 1, and I can put that here. Your most recent, and therefore begins. And it's the same information here. This is just bullet points. So I could actually maybe add that up here if I wanted to add a new letter. Insert merge field, and let's put that there. Your most recent lease is expired, and you are therefore on a month-to-month status. Your 60-day notice period begins, space, and let's just add that 60-day notice date again. And then the second clause of that sentence is right here. And your new lease terms begin on effective date. Bingo. Period. Just like that. And now every one is going to have that same one. Obviously, you won't want that if it's not expired. If that's not true, you don't want that. So you'll just have to probably send a second letter like that with the ones that you have that on. There is a way to get around that, but it gets a little complicated. So let's get rid of that. Anyway, let's just continue. I have one more down here, and then address key. So I tell people that if they want to renew easily, the easiest thing that you can do is just email us back at Oxford Realty. It's in the real letter, and I'm going to put their address key. Oh, wrong one. Sorry. Merge field, address key. Boom. Franklin 112, renewing. Very good. And we're done. Good. So that's everything we need there, and we've created the letter, and you can go through, and everyone's got their own data from that data sheet. And that was a long-winded way of doing that. Now, how do we now send the letter? So we go finish and merge. So again, if you have the email hooked up on Outlook, you can email everybody, which some of our computers do, but mine here doesn't. I'm using my own again. Print documents, though. I can just do that, and we're going to end up printing these. So I have everything here correct, and it's done, and I can just make non-collated copies, just like so, and print. And now it will give me a printed version, a print copy of each of these pages right here, and then we can mail those to people. Or we can also go print documents and save a PDF of all that. Now, I'm trying to figure out a way that you can save these individually, but no luck yet. We can save them individually if you want as PDFs. But if I save this as a PDF, now if I go, where did that save? Sorry, everyone. Print documents, PDF. Oh, and mail merge test. I'm sorry. Of course I did that. Okay. Let's go back to our mail merge folder here. Mail merge test. And now it's our blank document here. And now everybody's got their letters in PDFs right there. And we can either we can separate these in the file here, or we can somehow come up with a way that I haven't figured out yet to save these as individuals, so we don't have to do these one at a time and pull them out like this. So anyway, that is probably the longer and the less short version of how to do mail merge documents, and we can do that for many other files like this as long as you have the data correct. So mind the data, and the mail merge will take care of the rest. So thank you very much, and I hope you've enjoyed my video.